a leadership center, leadership feels like this. It's hard to do. You never quite know where you're going to land. It feels sometimes like you're taking a very big risk. But that's when leadership really takes place. Not in the safe spaces, not in the Senate sometimes, but when you're working with other people and leading them towards something and you're not quite sure what that something will result in. Leadership is scary, leadership is risk-taking, but leadership fundamentally matters. There is nothing more important we can do in our higher education establishments, our universities in Malaya, than to build huge leadership capacity. However, here is a warning. Now this warning doesn't come from Malaysia, I'm happy to say. It doesn't come from England, I'm happy to say. It comes from the United States of America. Leadership isn't always a good thing. Leaders are not always good people. Sometimes we get the leaders that we don't want. And I think, quite frankly, and I can say this because I'm safely in Malaysia, I don't think Donald Trump is the real person that most people in America wanted. It'll very soon turn into being their worst nightmare, I think. There is a dark side to leadership, and we have to recognize that. Not all influence is good influence. And in every organization, there are people who will try and pull us down because we're in those leadership positions. My advice is to forget those people and do what you want to do anyway. There will always be people who will try and stop you. But believe in yourself, believe in your team, and please don't be like Donald Trump. And I can't believe that's his own hair, but never mind, we'll move on. So, what type of leadership do we need in the future? There's a really good study, COVID's great, and in this study, some researchers looked at CEOs in high-performing companies. And they basically asked the question, what do these great CEOs do? What does great leadership look like in these high-performing organizations? And they found something called the Level 5 leader. The Level 5 leader. You may have heard this before. As you're chatting away, you may have heard this before. The Level 5 leader has these characteristics, and it's important to think, because when we do think about business leaders, we tend to think of the Donald Trump model. We tend to think of those leaders that are normally white, normally male, normally very aggressive and arrogant. But when you look at this, these are not the characteristics of our best leaders, of our best performing organizations. They're not egotistical, unlike Donald Trump. They focus on, I'm not obsessed by him, but at the moment I am. They focus on the bigger goals, not the small, petty goals. There'll be people in your organization who are fixated with the small things. Great leaders look at the big things. Now look at the third dimension. Are you ambitious for yourself or your organization? My answer is I'm ambitious for both. Both matter. But my organization matters most. And they widely share leadership. So, can you put everything on the floor? As in your laptop, your phone. Don't step on it. Your laptop, your phone. I know it's hard to divorce yourself from your phone. It's like leaving your husband or wife. Can you just separate yourself from it for a moment? Can you all just stand up for a moment? Great? Everybody stand up. Okay. Everybody stand up. I can see people sitting down. I don't want anybody sitting down. Stretch. Okay. That's better. That's good. It's almost lunchtime. Good. Stretch. It's like aerobics. We're going to do aerobics. Going on. All right. Okay. I want you to turn to the person next to you, or you can turn around to talk to the person behind you. Obviously, the back row, don't turn around. There'll be nowhere to talk to. Maybe you like it that way, but anyway, choose who you talk to. I'm going to give you just 1 or 2 minutes to answer 2 questions. 1, do you think you're a level 5 leader? Don't be humble. I know you're all humble in Malaysia. Don't be humble. Are you a level 5 leader? And secondly, Do you currently work for a level 5 leader? Okay, off you go. You have only 2 minutes. Start now. Your seats. Thank you. Thank you very much. Just out of interest, and I don't want you to be modest. I don't want you to be humble. But let's start with the second question. Does anybody in the audience currently work for a level 5 leader? 1 person, 2, great. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hang on, 8, 9, 10. Okay. We've got some at the back too. That's great, because we need to be working with these people, because they'll transform our practice, they'll transform us, they make us better leaders. That's what these people do. Secondly, anybody in the audience, and I know you'd be very shy, you can go like this if you want to. Anybody in the audience think that they're a level 5 leader? Yes. Yay. Excellent. Because really, in order to be a level 5 leader, you have to be ambitious for yourself and your organisation, but your organisation will. So think about the level 5 leader. Take that idea back with you. Okay. I'm going to sort of bring this to a close by talking about co-leadership or distributed leadership. It is clear that any organisation cannot continue to grow and improve without leadership at all levels. We can't have just leaders at the top of organisations. We need leadership right throughout organisations to build the capacity for change. Unfortunately, we think of leadership, actually I think the individual leaders here does look like Donald Trump. Even in Rome, they must have had hair like that. We think about leadership as being either individual or collective. And we need both. But I'm going to talk a little bit about collective leadership or distributed leadership. It's really clear to me and others around the world that the old model of leadership, the individual model of leadership, is just not suitable for the current challenges of the 21st century. If we think that one person can actually change an organisation for the better, then we're mistaken. We're mistaken. Because it needs the leadership of the many rather than the leadership of the few. When I'm talking about distributed leadership, I actually mean leadership that is exercised by a range of people within an organisation, including those who have no formal role or no formal responsibility. If we think that leadership is only about role, then we're wrong. If we think that only those with the title of Vice Chancellor, Deputy Vice Chancellor, etc. are leading, then you are wrong. In our organisations every day, there are many more leaders than those with the formal titles. Distributed leadership in higher education is primarily concerned with relationships. When we think about leadership as influence, really, how do you influence people? You can tell them what to do, but like Michelle, they don't have to listen to you. Or you can build relationships. So people don't need to be told what